Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew. Bad boy.
Are you ready?
Peeps, how's it going? Hopefully you guys are having a good week. Just a little update for NBA wise, because tomorrow I'll probably be going in depth further, but right now it seems like the players are kind of voting if they want to come back. So we are either really close to coming back to basketball or basketball being over with. Don't know which way it's going to go, but for right now I'm going to continue to be Detroit Drew and talk about the Pistons. So let's start out with some things that we haven't had time to talk about, from ESPN getting in the way and just other videos taking priority to it. But throughout the couple last 2 weeks or so, we have found out two things. I'm going to start off with Luke Kennard, and then we'll talk about Bruce Brown next. But Luke Kennard, the day the NBA shut down, Luke Kennard was scheduled to play the next Pistons game, which means he was healthy, because he was out for a very long time, and people were starting to question, why is he out so long? Is he good to go? Is it more serious? And I think the Pistons were just being cautious. We weren't playing for much. They wanted to make sure he was 100% healthy before he can go out there and give it his all, and I respect it. You know, at the end of the day, I want this franchise to be very player friendly. You know, other sports organizations like the Tigers have traded away the wrong talent, let go of the bad people. People like the Lions have had just a ton of people go out and bash their front office and the coaches. I want the other franchises to kind of learn from the mistakes that we've made as a whole for all four sports teams, to kind of adjust to that. So I'd much rather this team be very cautious with our injury-prone player like Luke Kennard. He hasn't been healthy a full year yet. Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose, like, they've done a good job with these guys so far. So what does that mean, though, is that if this is the end of the NBA, which many people speculate that it is, others are optimistic like me, fingers crossed, that we'll be going into an off season with a healthy Luke Kennard, healthy Blake Griffin, healthy Derrick Rose, and really get some progress made. These guys are going to have a lot more time to practice. The chemistry coming out of next season should just be off the charts, especially if they're putting in the work like that. Next year we shoot off to a good start. If we're going to be a good team or not, I don't know. But just being healthy is going to give this team just a huge advantage. People like Luke Kennard, who still need to develop some aspects, are going to have an entire off season to work on that. And that hasn't really been the case ever since we have had Luke Kennard. He's had a minor knee injury here, there, and everywhere in between. So it's going to be good to get a full off season with him being healthy. I think that if he stays healthy throughout the off season, beginning of next season, you're going to see a huge jump in some of his numbers. I'm not saying points. I'm talking assists. I'm talking rebounds. I'm just talking good playmaking skills, because I think we need a lot more offensive plays through him. And I think getting his own shot off, either if it's a step back, we've seen a little bit of glimpse of what he can do with that, just improving stuff like that to make him a better overall player. So good news for Luke, man. I'm glad he's healthy. It just seems like our players are starting to get healthy right now, and that happens when you have 2-3 months off. On the flip side, Bruce Brown played a majority of the season with a torn ligament in his hand, and that makes a lot of sense to why he was missing so many wide open layups and dunks. I'm a huge optimist for Bruce Brown. I think he has a lot of potential. Not everybody sees it. J-Mo, I don't think J-Mo hates him. I just think he thinks that Luke Kennard and Luke are better, which they are. But Bruce Brown has a certain skill set and mindset we need. Now, you guys don't think he locks people up, which he doesn't all the time. You know, it's something he has to get better at, to be consistent like that. But he's a tough son of a gun, man. To play with the torn ligament in his hand and to take a lot of the point guard responsibilities, to initiate the offense, dribble the ball up and down, go out there and play and not complain. I tip my hat off to him. I respect him for it. He had to have surgery to repair it. I think he's doing that right now. So he'll be healthy before the next year, which he has a lot to work on, especially offensively. And I think that if he's all healthy as well in the offseason, you'll see a lot of I don't think his numbers are going to take a huge gap. I mean, he improved from this season to last season. We used him more offensively, but I mean, his numbers aren't going to go from he averaged 9 points this year. He averaged 7 in his rookie year. He went up 2 points. That's an extra bucket. It's going to be little things like that. If he scores 2 more, or if he scores another bucket next year, that's 11 points. It's slow improvement. So that's what I'm looking for Bruce. It's just those slow improvements. He's a second-round draft pick. People forget about that. And I think between him, Luke Kennard, and Luke, one of these guys is bound to break out next year, if not all of them. And I think, there is a chance. Again, this is just me thinking here. Bruce can play the 1, Luke can play the 2, Luke can play the 3. Those potentially could all 3 be starters. I'm not saying now, and I'm not saying next year, because they have a lot of work to do before they're guaranteed those starter spots. All 3 of them together, that is. But it could be a death lineup. It could be something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing and letting you guys know what I think. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. What do you guys think about Luke Kennard being healthy and back? What do you think about Bruce Brown playing through a torn ligament in his hand? Like I said, I respect the hell out of him for playing like that. Short mindset, baby. Leave it all down in the comments. Come back tomorrow. I'm going to be giving my solution to how the NBA can come back and be it safe. And then Saturday, Above the Rim. Friday, we're going live. We'll go... I don't know what time we're going to go live Friday yet. But we'll be talking Pistons news, draft, whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll be talking about. So stay tuned for all that. That's the bottom line because Detroit Drew said so. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.